day got through is one or two. Yes, mistakes remain to be made.
Not much is known of early days of chess beyond a fairly vague report that 1500 years ago two princes fought, though brothers for a Hindu throne. Their mother cried, for no one really likes their offspring fighting to the death. She begged them stop this slaughter with her every breath, but sure enough, one brother died. Sad beyond belief, she told her winning son, you have caused such grief. I can't forgive this evil thing you've done. He tried to explain how things had really been, but he tried in vain. No words of his could satisfy the queen. And so he asked the wisest men he knew the way to lessen her distress. They told him he'd be pretty certain to impress by using model soldiers on a checkerboard to show it was his brother's fault. They thus invented Thailand. On behalf of the King and the people of Thailand and the International Chess Federation, I'm proud to welcome to the ancient culture of Thailand and the magnificent city of Bangkok, the world's two greatest players of the ancient and magnificent game of chess. Mr. Frederick Trumper of the United States, the world champion. And the new challenger for his title, champion of the Soviet Union, Anatoly Svergevsky. Bravo!
May I present my second, Miss Florence Vesey. My pleasure, Miss Vesey.
Mr. Svergevsky, may I present Mr. Walter de Courcy, the member of our delegation responsible for the commercial aspects of this enterprise.
A necessary evil, I'm afraid, Mr. Svergevsky, when there is so much media attention.
Yes, of course. Miss Vesey, I'm delighted the days of chess being normal preserved are over.
I am Mr. Svergevsky's second, Miss Vesey.
Mr. Malikov, I know you by reputation.
And we know you, Miss Vesey.
Thank you.
And we take a great interest in Czechoslovak citizens who have made a success of life in the West.
Oh, I'm a citizen of the world now, Mr. Malikov.
Mr. Trumper, yeah, we have no equivalent delegate with your particular talents, Mr. de Courcy, whatever they may be.
Mr. Malikov.
Our champion is, however, blessed with the support of his wife, Mr. Trumper, Miss Vesey, Mr. de Courcy, Svetlana Sergeyevska.
Have you travelled abroad with your husband before, Mr. Sergeyevsky?
Yes. I look forward to discovering your sophisticated world, Miss Vesey.
When you make good in any calling, suddenly half the world is falling over itself to be your friend. That's okay by me.
Top at the top, is that the cliche? I have to learn as new Orish. A new kid in town, you might not like what you wanna be. And try to do well at every can. There's a game that's more important than its play. I'm right of joy, anticipating all the complications of a simple board game. Chess! To be at their best, it's important for them to assimilate the local atmosphere. Thus, we see the world champion and his challenger head downtown. Bangkok! Oriental setting. The city don't know what the city is getting. The
creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything but Ukraine and what? Oh my God. Bangkok! Just another stop in a chess club circus. Master smoking, play, checkmate, check out the venue, move on to another venue. Like Reykjavik, or the Philippines, or Moscow, or this place. One town's better like another. Put your heads down over your pieces, brother. It's a drag. If you're such a big, you should be looking at them all. Not looking at us. What do you mean? You see one cat is sticking Paluna can you see them all? You're tired. I ain't a tourist. My every move's amongst the purest. I get my kicks above the waistline, comrades. One night in Bangkok makes a heart and a hole. Not much between despair and ecstasy. One night in Bangkok and the top guys tumble. They'll be too careful with your company. I can feel the devil walking next to me. The best of hell and the worst of heaven. A winning smile, a false impression, a rush of blood, an indiscretion. Bangkok lies concealing. Silky thieves of reason stealing out before his victims vacant. This is how the West is making. One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble. Not much between despair and ecstasy. One night in Bangkok and the drug guys stumble. Can't be too careful with your company. I can feel the devil walking next to me. Sam's gonna be the witness of the ultimate test of cerebral fitness. His grips need more than what a muddy old river reclining Buddha. Hey, I don't see these guys rating the kind of mates we be contemplating. If we'd let them watch, we wouldn't invite them, but the foods we use would not excite them. So they better go back to their bars, their temples, their massage parlors, huh? One night in Bangkok and the roads are oyster. The laws and temples, but the flows ain't free. You'll find God in every golden cloister. A little flesh, a little history. I can feel the angels smiling up to me.
Bessie.
Mr. Molotov.
Speaks to U.S. versus USSR. Yes, we more or less are. It's our encouraging time. To our credit, putting all that aside, we have swallowed our pride. It's an encouraging time.
It really doesn't matter who comes out on top, who gets the job. Though it could be foreign travel as you start.
Anyone change his name? Take good things and devastating white game now. We need to feel what the whole world's saying. They don't even win the game. We have never reckoned on coming second. There's no losing.
Delegates, Mr. Molotov, Mr. De Courcy, and Miss Vassy. As you can see, the arena has been prepared for the competition, exactly in accordance with the specifications laid down in the match contracts. We are now ready to consider last-minute pre-match applications, representations, or objections.
The American delegation wishes to protest the size of the Soviet delegation, which far exceeds the permitted...
Our delegation consists of only 3 people. Our tactician, myself of course, and our champion. His doctor, psychologist, PT expert, security agents, and chef cannot be considered delegates.
Objection overruled.
The Soviet delegation has reasons to believe that the American player's chair contains communications devices and therefore objects to the constitution of that chair.
That's impossible. Both chairs were made in Sweden. Therefore, they are neutral chairs.
Objection overruled.
The American delegation wishes to object to the fact that each player is only allowed 1 rest day per
Oh,
game.
so you will be needing plenty of rest, huh?
Objection overruled.
The Soviet delegation objects to the wearing of reflective dark glasses.
Objection overruled.
The Soviet delegation...
Objection overruled. I do not feel we're making meaningful progress. I will entertain no further proposals or objections. This is a great sporting occasion between representatives of 2 great nations. Let us grace this event with the decorum it deserves.
Just one last point, Mr. Arbiter. I heartily concur with every sentiment of those stirring words, Mr. Arbiter, but may I just make an application on behalf of the television and other companies making such a major financial contribution to this event, and that your permission be given to a few commercial supporters of chess to set up a discreet display of wares in the arena.
Objection!
Mr. De Courcy, I see no reason why such an imaginative proposal should not be pursued. Here, take this card. Call the number after 10 tomorrow.
Objection!
Overruled!
It's the red flag up against stars and stripes, but when we saw him fly,
It's a sweet, pale, mellow, well-meant affair for both eagle and bear.
To those that say that this is not a friendly clash,
don't be so rash.
I assure you, comrades, that is more than
What are the raging peasants? Thinking they can win, they can. What an exhibition of self-delusion. This one's a foregone conclusion. We were the whole world saying, they don't even win the game. We have never reckoned on coming second. There's no losing.
How good to feel that as this great event begins, it underpins our quest for peace, the bonds of common interest of East and West. As long as our man wins, as long as our man wins.
duty as a referee at the start of the match. On behalf of all our sponsors, I must welcome you, which I do. There's a catch. I don't care if you're a champion, no one messes with me. I am ruthless in upholding what I know is right, black or white, as you'll see. Lock up the gates, can't be fooled. Any objection is overruled. We are the time, I know best. Good for you, but it's the habit that I don't see through. We are the If you're thinking of the kind of thing that we've seen in the past, chanting gurus, walkie-talkies, walkouts, signatures, temper fists, not so fast. This is not the start of World War III, no political ploys. I think both your constitutions are corrected, so now you know we need the boys. I'm on the case, don't be fooled. Any attention, the rule is over. Easy all the time, no best. Good for you, but look at this, that I don't see through. Easy all the time, no score. All the time, I be watching all these people. He will play white in the second game, starting tomorrow. With all our market research and our final show, that this game of chess would be around a month or so. Maybe it's a bit confusing for the game. A true excuse for much the same. In the end, the whole World War I, sight unseen. We can do the same with Bishop Rule. The second game is adjourned. Play will resume with Mr. Trumper's sealed move tomorrow. When you get up in the morning, till you go to bed, you'll find a friendly message rolling on your head. If you take the championship next square out there, our kings and queens on bouncing bread. You can even buy a
Hold it. Stop the clock. What is that?
What is what?
Hold it. That!
This is yogurt. Would you like some?
Okay, we are entitled under the match rules to provide our player with refreshment. You are not entitled to assist your player by delivering him messages.
Message? Don't you lie it.
I'm not stupid! I've been watching. Yesterday, 20th move strawberry, 35th move honey. Today, 20th move, what is it? Banana. Each time just before he changes tack. You're giving him signals. Strawberry means do this, banana means do that. Hey, it's cheating!
This is absolutely insane. You are deliberately attempting to sabotage this game because you are losing.
Are you going to do anything about this?
Mr. Trumper, you're dangerously close to being...
Come on. You said you were on the case. Or you in on this too, huh?
Freddie! Look,
Florence, you do something about
I will do something about this unless this ridiculous interruption is penalized solid.
Florence! Take note that unless I receive a full and formal written apology from the Soviets for their players' unsportsmanlike behavior and dishonest behavior, I shall be on the next plane out of this dump and will be taking legal action to have this match awarded to me by default. Beat it, you jerk off!
What happens now? You will, of course, disqualify me.
oh, for God's sake! This is a matter that can be resolved by rational discussion.
Rational discussion? We wish, no must, make our disgust for this abuse perfectly clear. We're here for chess, are the US? If so, why foul the atmosphere?
I must protest. Our delegation has a host of valid points to raise.
It's not just black and white, if I may coin a phrase, as any neutral would attest.
So we concede the fact your masters bend the rules is maybe not your fault. If they withdraw the psychological assault, then under protest he'll proceed.
Your man so sweet, then why his fighting talk? If he says we cheat, then why on earth did he not take our walk?
I am not surprised. He wanted fresher air once he realized there was no hope of your guys paying fair.
It's not sad to see the ancient and distinguished thing that used to be a model of decorum and tranquility become like any other sport of battle ground for riding hiding apologies to serve it out with me. I would say with regard to him, it is hard to dispel ever-growing suspicion. My opposition's not well.
I would have said you'd understand the strain of pressure getting where he's got, for then you'd simply call him highly strung and not imply that he was off his head.
But how on earth could someone even half as nice and civilized as you be part of such a self-destructive point of view? I hope he pays you what you're worth. I call this tune, no one's immune to my power once in that hole.
In that case, I must ask you why you now preside over our brawl.
I'm not getting rich. My only interest is in something which gives me the chance of working with the best.
I can only say I hope your dream comes true till that far off day. I hope you cope with helping number 2.
It's very sad to see the ancient and distinguished game that used to be a model of decorum and tranquility become like any other sport. A battleground for rival ideologies to swag it out with glee. It's so sad. sad to see again that British speed.
That's crystal clear, water palace, calm and tranquility.
If both players are not back on the board within 36 hours, the match shall be cancelled and the title put into abeyance.
You can't do that!
Oh, yes, I can. This crisis is the fault of both parties.
Don't you find it rather touching to behold the game that came in from the port? See for what it is, religion plus Venus, countries, classes, creeds as one love of chess.
Isn't it strange the complications people create in situations when there's no need for any kind of imbroglio? But in the end they all see reason. I didn't want to put the squeeze on, but there are times when someone forceful has to say no. They all think they're part of some sophisticated international battle of wills, personality. I see nothing other than a simple board game.
Want to lose your only friend? Keep it up, you're doing fine. Why humiliation? Why treat me like a fool? I've taken shit for months, for years, and I won't take it anymore. How many women would drive themselves crazy by arguing over a game of chess? Not very many, the way things are going, there'll soon be one less.
Don't believe you, sweetie pie.
So ready, I too had ambitions. How did I get waylaid? I had such a flower, a sensitive soul, a delicate child. Neither has a verse made, respectably set for the glittering prize, instead of which I landed you.
90% of the world at the top of the league.
Got me shit.
No, Flowers, I mean, we are 90% of the way, huh?
How many women, articulate women, with something to shout about, spend their time playing a game in which silence is golden and speaking a crime?
Maybe a thing was this
All
king.
my struggles for qualification, my nights with Goethe and Proust. There's Spain abandoned for you who thinks Chekhov is king to G3 and Joyce my college roommate. But then when I show you a move you can't fathom, I have to admit it fails.
Great use of chess fans, yeah, that's how he did it. Yeah, that's how that comic judge plays.
Maybe I deserve a raise.
Only teasing Soviets with gentle bonhomie, and you got better reason to be anti-enemy.
There's a time and there's a place.
How about here and now, you for me or you for them?
There's a time and there's a place.
1956, Budapest is rising. 1968, carving Mr. Dubček. 1968, some of us remember. I'd have thought you'd support any attack on these people, on the people who ran mindlessly only your childhood. Appearances altered, but most of the names are the same.
1968, history and blackmail, try another line. That's all in the past now.
They see chess as a war, playing with boys like your father. If you walk out on me, you're really betraying his honor. Were he alive now, he'd surely be dying of shame.
You know that there's nothing I've done that he'd be ashamed of in my whole life. Why you have to do this to me? What's going on around me is barely making sense. I need some explanations fast. I see my present partner in the imperfect tense, and I don't see how we can last. I feel I need a change of course. Maybe I'm on nobody's side, and when he gives me reasons to justify each move, they're getting harder to believe. I know this can't continue, I still have not to prove. There must be more I could achieve, but I don't have the nerve to leave. Everybody's playing the game, but nobody's rules are the same. Nobody's on nobody's side. Never let it go in the road. Recognize you're out on your own. Nobody's on nobody's side. One I should not think of keeps rolling through my mind, and I don't want to let that go. Lovers and faithful, no contract truly signed. There's nothing certain left to know. Now the cracks begin to show. Never make a promise so grand. Take a little away.
That's the problem. He is a brilliant lunatic. You can't tell which way he'll jump or lie. When he's playing chess or when he throws a fit, he is impossible to analyze. You can't predict him, you can't dissect him, which of course means he's not a lunatic at all.
What we've just seen's a pathetic display from a man who's beginning to crack. He's afraid. I've seen Americans do this before. We're on the right track.
Nonsense! Why do my seconds always want to believe third-rate propaganda?
My friend, please relax. We're all on your side. You know how you need us.
I don't need my army of so-called advisors and helpers to tell me that the man who's revitalized chess single-handed is more or less out of his brain. When it's very clear, he's sane.
Listen, we don't underestimate Trump. We won't get caught in that trap. After all, winning or losing reflects on us all.
Ah, don't give me that crap. I win, no one else does, and I take the rap if I lose.
It's not quite that simple. The whole world's tuned in. We're all on display. We're not merely sportsmen.
Please don't start spouting that old party line. Yes, I know it's your job, but you better stop pulling some strings pretty quick. It is saving this match and your skin. That is if you want to win.
I don't want to win. Not if he does this to you. To us.
Does what to me? To us.
You can't see?
Oh, I'm sorry, but it would be madness to let 20 years of work be destroyed at the final hurdle because of this megalomaniac's antics.
And 5 years marriage.
It will all be fine once this match is over. I promise.
If we still have a marriage.
If we still have a match.
Well, make sure we do. What the hell else do you have to do? Stupid question.
You're becoming as crazy as Trump. Anatoly, relax. Do your job.
I'll do mine. Svetlana.
Who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? Who'd be the fool in my position? Once I had dreams, now they're obsessions. Hopes become needs. Lovers' possessions, then they move in, oh so discreetly, slowly at first, smiling too sweetly. I open doors, they walk right through them. Called me their friend. I hardly knew them. Now I'm where I wanna be and who I wanna be and doing what I've always said I would, and yet I feel I haven't run at all. Running for my life and never looking back in case there's someone right behind you shooting down to say he always knew I'd fall. When the crazy slows down, where will I be? Back where I started. Don't get me wrong,
I'm not complaining. Times have been good, fast, entertaining. But what's the point if I'm concealing most of my thoughts, all of my feelings? Now I'm wondering what I've been doing, what I said I would never be. I haven't tried to hold. Running for my life and never looking back in case there's someone right behind. Should we now say you're into my home? When the crazy wheel slows down, where will I be? Back where I started.
So, everybody's friends again, are we, Mr. Malakoff? And do we owe this to your charm or to your brutality?
Let us say that I am at least quietly confident of a little diplomatic triumph. We must not count our chickens, however. I have arranged with Miss Vesey for a private meeting between the antagonists. I am sure they will both see sense. Not, of course, that Anatoly has ever done anything else, but he is not going to give Trump the satisfaction of rising to his bait. We are civilized.
Well, my television boys will be relieved. They weren't looking forward to explaining to their sponsors that unless they're in the yogurt business, their products are off the screen.
And what exactly is your business here, Mr. De Courcy?
Really, Alexander? I'm here to ensure that the commercial benefits of this circus are maximized on behalf of various clients.
Yes, and I am the Pope. Tell me about Florence Vesey.
You know all about Florence Vesey, Your Holiness.
I know that her father disappeared after that incident in Prague in '68. So I know she was smuggled out of Czechoslovakia when she was 5, back when you and I knew exactly where we stood, eh, Mr. De Courcy? I'm already nostalgic for the old Cold War days. This new openness is such a strain.
A rather cynical attitude, comrade.
Oh, it's much easier to deal with opposite numbers when you know you can't trust them.
So, that's all you know about Florence. Fled Prague in '68.
Of course not. I know she was brought up in England, and I know she met Trump when she was at university in America. Well, is she with him because she likes chess? A woman liking chess that much. Does he sleep with him?
Why don't you ask her yourself?
How refreshing to see East and West in such harmony. Where's Anatoly, Mr. Molokov? I didn't agree to this meeting out of the goodness of my heart.
Well, where's Freddie, Miss Benson?
Do I detect a less than promising start to your diplomatic triumph, Alexander? 2 no-shows?
Of course not, Walter. We may have to wait a while for the tardy Mr. Trumper, however. Oh, this is very pretty. Perhaps some of him is with us already. A lock of his hair, perhaps. Excuse me. I have to make a telephone call. Excuse me.
Your interview details. It's all there.
Yes, of course.
Well, will you excuse me? I hope the discussions with Freddie go well.
Just a moment.
This is a tale of 1,000 stories, each one so typical of humankind. Above we're born in every 3 or 4 years. Therefore the asking if you're so inclined. 1 in 100 could be quite a fine.
This is the one situation I wanted most to avoid. Nothing I say will convince him this isn't a trick.
A drink on a clear moonlit night. I relax, she's smart. There's something peculiar going on.
So through no fault of my own, I'm in it way over my head, embarrassed, outnumbered, marooned.
Now she can't be working for them. I mean us. She seems to know what she's doing, but where is he?
He has to show up. It can't come to nothing. Perhaps it can.
Maybe he's scared, but he didn't seem scared in the game.
I just couldn't care less. He can go right ahead, go and wreck his career. I know I've done my best.
Well, at least she's a good-looking spy.
What if my Russian friend thinks that my plans have nothing to do with the chess? If I don't say something and soon he'll go, maybe I'm a nobody's
Said I hate to break up the mood. How do you say begin to begin? Haven't you noticed we're still one kind for sure? In this idyllic world you see.
How could I not miss Bessie regrets? Anything goes.
Never mind him, I haven't missed him so far.
ba. Peace be to my
imagine why.
You think I'm the dangerous kind? Well, I am.
You're not dangerous. Who could think that of you?
You are so strange. Why can't you be what you want to be?
You should be scheming, intriguing, too clever. My heart, I have to hand it to you, for you've managed to make me forget why I ever agreed to this farce. I don't know why I can't think of anything. Who'd ever think it's such a very pretty setting? Tell me what's the betting? Very pretty plotting too. No matter, we've done all your work for you.
Are they safe? Are they even sane? Are they warm when they seem to reach you? Oh, you don't know, you can't tell, but it should be plain. These are eyes that are gonna reach you. Don't ever tell me I don't know
Mr. Trumper has resigned. Mr. Sorogevsky has won the third game. Now the fourth game will commence tomorrow, unless either party would like to exercise its right to a rest day.
Congratulations, Anatoly. Please come right away for your interview.
So you got what you want. What a nasty ambition. Set me up, pull me down, then exploit my condition. I should have guessed, woman, that impressed. Woman, you're on nobody's side but your own, and you're behaving like a real woman. It's so clear, woman, it's your sex. Once they start getting on and get to worry, they will fly. Take it out on the one who supports them. That's you I'm talking about.
Who'd ever think it's such a squalid ending? Watching you descending just as far as you can go. I'm learning things I didn't want to know.
This would be the situation. One more observation. Have we ever get this far before you show me what you really are?
You'll be lost without me to abuse like I used to.
Go away, just get out, be someone else's parasite.
I've just been informed that the challenger, Anatoly Sorogevsky, has applied for political asylum at the British Embassy. He wishes it to be known that this will not affect his participation in this contest. And he hopes that this difficult personal decision will not adversely affect his play or that of his opponents. These apparently are for you, Miss Bassi.
No, Anatoly! No!
A nice gesture.
A nice gesture. Whew. He screwed me.
If it were love, I would give that love every second I had, and I do. Did I know where he'd lead me to? Did I plan doing all of this for the love of a hoping to keep that best of moments when the passions start. Heaven help my heart the day that I find suddenly I've run out of seats. Suddenly I'm not always on his mind. Maybe it's best to love a stranger. Well, that's what I've done. Heaven help my heart.
Moves made on the spur of the moment.
Heaven help my
These days and it won't be long. You'll know all about her.
Not much between this way.
Of course, it's obvious now why Walter's Gamut took Anatoly to the British Embassy. It means that he can deny any American involvement in the defection. He won't fool many people. And even if he does, he may regret having chosen the British escape route.
Finding a boarding, he's defecting, just like all the others. He's expecting us to be impressed with what he's done here, but he hasn't stopped to think about the paperwork his gesture causes. We've an embassy to run here, and these people can't strike blows for freedom with the valid visa. We don't need them if we seem offhand. Please remember, this is nothing very special. He's a what we've had since last November. Who do these foreign jabbies think they are? And when he's safely in the West, he'll be the hero to discuss. The media will lionize him, David Fortune Plus. No one will recall it's thanks to us.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, you have a wife?
Yes.
Children?
No.
Is your wife coming with you?
No, not for the moment.
Oh, you play chess! Are you good at it?
Yes, I think so.
What do you do for a living?
Gentlemen, you guys are dealing with a major international figure. Now,
Are you defecting too, sir?
No. This man is a citizen of the Soviet Union. I am an American citizen. Now, I demand that you give me, well, him, your immediate attention.
Have you an appointment with the consul? If you don't, we know what is responsible. If you will not see you with respect, it's bogus. Up his very taxing schedule, pushing peace and understanding. Never said this won't affect it. Far too many jokers cross the border. Not a single document in order. Europe is a bloody free all extra. Work for us, but you don't care of how we miss the Berlin Wall now. Who do these foreign jackies think they are? And when you've filled in all the forms and been past curable disease, debrief, debug, drug disarm, and disinfected knees. Don't forget the guys who cut your keys.
Anatoly.
Excuse me.
Which player is the crazy one now?
You don't know
Is
how...
it because she can play that she knows what you're thinking when you play? I don't know that. I've never known that. I just know what you're thinking when you're not playing. You better than me where your ambitions would take us. I knew sooner than you that those ambitions would break us. You would not believe me. Why should you believe me? I held you back. You and your dreams. Who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? Who'd be the fool in my position? Year after year,
Welcome to the West, Anatoly.
Why are you defecting? No comment.
Have you abandoned the match?
No!
Oh, you're part of the dissident movement.
No comment.
What about your wife?
No comment!
Can anything be worth leaving your homeland? Forever?
I am not leaving anything, you jerk! Beat it! Madness, though the sad powers may prevail, can possess, conquer our country's heart, they rise to fail. She's eternal, long before nations' lines were drawn. When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her, through wars, death, and despair. She is the constant, we who don't care. And you wonder, would I leave her? But how? I cross over borders, but I'm still there now.
Someone else's story. I don't see myself.
Moving back. Oh no, how stupid of me. You're moving out. Is it worth packing everything? You'll be back. Silly boy, woman who I should not have let walk out. There's no hedge that we two can untangle or talk out. And if we do, what the, then we do, what the, have the world that our feet will bring back. Oh, golden mirror, stick with me, honey, believe in me, honey, I can win every game. I'm getting nearer.
Can't you see, when you're gone, chess has nothing to do with this. Freddie, grow up. Chess isn't life. Life isn't chess.
But I can win. I can win for you. You can help me. I love you, Florence.
I don't want the winner of a game. You've never understood what I wanted.
And you never understood what I wanted. But you can't stop me getting it, Florence. You can't stop me winning. I've always been a winner! When I was 9, I learned survival, taught myself not to care. I was my single, good companion, taking my comfort there. Up in my room, I planned my conquests, on my own, never asked for a helping hand. No one would understand. I never asked the pair who fought below, just in case they said no. Pity the child who has ambition, knows what he wants to do, knows that he'll never fit the system others expect him to. Pity the child who knew his parents, saw their faults, saw their love die before his eyes. Pity the child that was wise. He never asked, did I cause your distress? Just in case they said yes. When I was 12,
I was a fool and probably queer. That I was, I thought this would rain. Don't see her hair closer together. She made a move the moment he called away. I was the last girl woman told. She never let her bed get cold. Someone with my shot. Child, but not forever, not if he stays that way. He gained it all he ever wanted, if he's prepared to pay. He said to care his mother, oh, she lived, oh, she loved, oh, she let me go. And I was the best she knows. Comrades, why are you looking so glum? We have had a small public relations problem, but we can use the madness of the traitor Sergevsky to our advantage. If they want to play games other than chess, then we will be in our element. Just in case you feel a trace of doubt or even nervous tension, let me draw the latest score to your attention. Not the score the witless core of commentators are debating. Come admit who gives a shit for the ELO rating. No, I prefer, and I'm sure you'll concur, to see who's ahead psychologically, for example. Here is a plus that's exclusive to us. Whatever takes place, we will not have lost face. Don't you understand? Listen! Gameplay 1. Anatoly Sergevsky returns to the board to finish the match, but he doesn't feel too good. It's so difficult to concentrate if you have left your native country for a woman and a culture unknown. It's not easy for a Czech to excel, feeling guilty as hell, having left his wife to face the music alone. I do not see how anyone in such a state could operate. The sad and sordid ending to a great career is very near. And we shall say, as she leads him away to life in her arms, to obscurity, tell us not that simply proves that when he made a move, one big applause, we got the cause. If by his love he sustains the soil machine advances, not one move that won't improve our nation's chances. We can lift the starry victory for the Lord and glory. We will show the strength of Noah Christ is glory. Yes, we're gonna stretch that bastard! Take him on a change his name. Take him to the queens and devastate him like me now. He'll clearly end it. We'll on the whole world say, they can't even win a game. We have the regular coming second. There's no losing. So Anatoly loses, we win.
What if he wins?
I am very disappointed in you, my friend. Anatoly wins, we win. It is of course beyond all shadow of possibility that he could win. But, gameplay 2. Anatoly Sergeyevsky returns to the board to finish the match and he feels great! Sorry. In my nightmares I cannot imagine. In fact, I turn my bed if that turnout ever won a chess match again. Inconceivable! But say God forbid that he actually did. We can say his triumph now is walking dead. It's ludicrous for any pundit to suggest that in the West his genius was somehow nurtured overnight. The little shite! Now, it's as plain as the Leningrad raid. His formative years put him where he is. Tell us not that simply proves that when he made a move, won the applause. We were the cause. It's fighting stuff, he sustains the Soviet machine advances. From one move that won't improve our nation's chances. We could hit the starting victory over the war and glory. We will show the strength of Noah Christ with glory. Anatoly Sergeyevsky does not turn up to finish the match at all. This could be the best news of all for us, comrades. I can't look at you and say with hand on heart that he'll abandon something as important as the match of his life. He managed for his own selfish ends to abandon his friends, teachers, mentors, partners, colleagues, comrades, and wife. I wonder why I feel remorse to overcome our former charm. I wonder if you see what I am driving at. How brave is Pat. Might lose his zest for life in the West, and this would be a greater coup for us than he may never left us in the first place, comrade. The return of the prodigal. It's like it's the pieces, it's the Soviet machine advances. Not one move that won't improve our nation's chances. We can the Bering Strait. Citizens will hail our victory.
In Arctic circles, frozen states will join with warmer climes in revelry.
And I can say of this affair, I was there, did my share, played my part.
And Russians all will be aware, I was there from the start.
Mr. De Courcy, good news! We are going to be able to help each other. Yes, heartwarming international cooperation. I have the proof that Florence Vessi's father is alive. Incontestable documentation straight from Prague. No, it's amazing how much easier information is to come by these days. Anywhere in East Europe. We have nothing to do with Albania. Walter? Walter! Do you want to be able to stage a great human rights victory? Good. All we want is a return to the status quo. Of course, Anatoly will come. It's on its way to you now. My contribution to Glasnost. You're really, Walter, so cynical. I await your call.
Isn't it strange the complications people create in situations, almost as if they want to miss the wood for the trees? Nothing will change my basic feeling when they've done all their wheeler dealing. Nothing will change, the heavy guns just do as they please. Well, you might see all kinds of human emotion here, passion and pain, love and hate. I see nothing other than a simple board game. After a night of vodka and deliberation, Alexander Molotov makes a very important move.
You are not here for a holiday, my dear. There's still what you can do to help your husband and yourself. You can have the life you want and anywhere you want it. But if you persist with this inexplicable behavior, then life will be very tough for you. Tell Anatoly that. Make him think of you, the narcissistic dreams of glory.
And so Svetlana Sergeyevska makes her move.
Long ago, in someone else's lifetime, someone with your name who looked a lot like you
simple board game. In a surprising counter-attack, Walter de Courcy makes his gambit perfectly clear.
And so you see, my dear, we have a golden opportunity to right one of the many injustices of the past 20 years. And you will be the prime beneficiary. We can arrange for the release of your father
If he is alive.
No, if you play your part. Of course he's alive. You've seen the evidence. Incontestable documentation straight from Prague. It's amazing how much easier.
It's odd to be such precious news, the greatest moment of my life. All I feel is squalor. I know I'm being used. There's no one in this filthy game who isn't playing politics.
I know. 20 years is a long time. But even if you don't believe me, Anatoly does. Now, I'm not saying it's a simple choice between Anatoly and your father, but I don't think you should encourage Anatoly to win against Freddy. We want your father out, and not only him. We have some people to recover. I know that you would simply love a chance to make sure your father's name is high on our list. We want him back, which is to say a gesture is needed from your player. We wouldn't mind if he got beaten. In fact, we insist.
You can't insist that Anatoly throw his life's work away. It's all a lie. There's no deal.
A natural reaction. But when you settle down, you see the news is good, a little give, a little take. Trust me, Florence, I'm giving you the only chance you'll ever have to know your father. Do you think I enjoy playing with people's emotions in a way that ensures I have to extinguish my own while you and your morals can selfishly, safely survive? And now here, just for once, I can do something rewarding. You have to forget anyone else's ambitions. All that should matter to you is your father's alive.
You know how it matters to me. But why make me feel I'm as dirty as you? Why do you have to do this to me?
Nothing other than a simple board game. And now two of the most powerful players make a mid-game assessment.
You should have seen how she reacted. I couldn't leave till she'd extracted promises she would see her father. Simple, I said. Told her the way she could achieve this, even though you might not believe this. She said that I was not to worry. Go right ahead.
Don't know her well, she called a fool. You, she couldn't describe herself, try to resist us.
I don't think I'm wrong, but let's be certain. There are others we can call in to assist us.
There comes a time when we should pool resources. Would be the answer to our nation's fears.
There comes a moment when the only course is to use our savoir, not our laissez-faire. We do our best work when we aren't in pairs. Let's work together and the world is safer. The Berlin Wall becomes a backyard fence. And our cooperation paves the way for our prime-time leaders and the main events.
behind the scenes we show some common sense, a little mutual convenience. Let's work together, comrade. It's our best defense.
And who better to assist them than the world champion? And so, you can't lose. They've been doing all they can to beat you unfairly, Freddy. Remember the yogurt? Now you can do it to them. I'm sure you'll find a chance to remind Anatoly how it wrecked Florence's life if he wins. Good boy. I say nothing but a simple board game. I'm in this with a cracked and intriguing illusion. Turn change, take a tact, on a cheering confusion. The appeal, partner, of this deal, partner, is we both stand to win. Be you, lady, also. Don't break the heart, partner, just be smart, partner. My advice, walk away, nothing matters. Wanna cheat us, thank God we're so civilized. And the world can be our bond. We can turn this into friendship for life. Refugee, talk shit is the way that I see us. Not to help you admit to agreement between us. There's no deal, partner. Who's your real partner? Maybe there's just a chance that you've got some heavy clients. That's not true, partner. How could you, partner, think that I want to be part of any better alliance? How can you only think of your selfish ambition and that's a position? Or you'd rather perhaps see the world collapse? For it's in competition.
so good it lasts eternally. Perfect situations must go wrong, but this has never yet prevented me wanting far too much for far too long. Looking like I could have played it differently. Want a few more moments, who can tell? But it took time to understand the man. Now at least I know him well. Wasn't it good? So good. Wasn't he fine? So fine. Isn't it madness? He can't be mine. But he needs a little bit more than me. More security. He needs his fantasy and freedom. I know him so well. No one in your life is with you constantly. No one is completely on your side. And though I move my world to be with him, still the gap between us is too wide. Looking like I could have taken things differently. Learned about the man before I fell, but I was ever so much younger then. Now at least I know him well. Wasn't it good? Wasn't he fine? Isn't it madness? He won't be mine. And I know how it would go from the start. More than me, more security, fantasy and freedom. It took time to understand him. I know him so
This World Championship. With all scores level, Mr. Jumper, the World Champion, needs only a draw to retain his title. Mr. Sorogevsky needs an outright win. But more important, Mr. Sorogevsky needs to turn up. He has 5 minutes in which to do so.
And you make it clear that he has
Same for a champion or for a novice. No show, no dice, no appeal, no exception, no way.
1960, the Belton. 1963, the Rebecca Shaw.
When you ran the show, a player would never go missing.
Boris Busty.
I expect that they're both making the most of his freedom. Lucky for us that the last thing that matters is chess.
1972, Roy Bobby Fischer.
It's the weak who accept tawdry untruths about freedom.
1975, Anatoly Karpov.
Prostitutes using themselves, chasing some spurious starlight, trinkets in airports sufficient to lead them astray.
1985, Gary Kasparov.
Does the player exist in any human endeavor? Who's been known to resist? Silent obey the processions. Nothing can harm the successful except for success.
We are all aware of reputation, but this empty chair is condemnation of the man who ruins all that with his honor. No one gives a damn for his dilemma, just another scam. We see no celebration as this day another prima donna. We can money into. Imagine why he risked all his routine to. He's going through the years, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the lifting nights, the early starts of the expected. Exactly what the servants will expect. The one is sent to Jimmy, only one who's in the back has more than what they're on. Music still in bed, or in the shower, neither if he's dead. They won't allow a man to show up after the appointed hour.
They all think they see a man who doesn't know which move to make, which way to go, whose private life caused his decline, wrecked his grand design. Some are vicious, some are fools, and some are blind to see in me one of their kind.
mother and her father, what would she prefer? I know I'd rather never win again than be the happy trade there. Check. My God, he's not gonna cry. He's a my decision, please, and let him have the door. These birds just like little sandwiches. So TV are the final stages of a soul-destroying game. The sacrifice of something that you'll never find again. Check, never check, never check, never check, never check, never.
Becomes the new world champion. And I shall be leaving Bangkok this evening on the flight to Moscow.
Moves will determine the winners and the losers.
Florence, I came to say goodbye. Because I'm staying here. For a while anyway. Anything but chess for me now. Looks like this place is good for everything but chess, huh? Hey, Anatoly!
So in the end, our hero won brilliantly. Surprised us all, he played as well as he has ever done.
No surprise.
He seems unable to win without the added thrill of changing sides. there nothing more you have to say?
No, you wouldn't listen anyhow. And what I'm feeling now has no easy explanation. Hasn't this been a great achievement? Losing your man and nothing in return.
Not my man. Your man. Anyway, Anatoly's return to the Soviet bosom is a very decent gesture, if I may say so. He has virtually guaranteed us. You, your father. He must have done it for you. He'd hardly have done it for me. Don't be so quick to put us down. We'll get your father out soon. That is, as long as he is still alive. But if he's not...
What did you say?
We can't be sure that he's alive. But you've never been sure that he's dead, so, you know, worse off.
Playing games.
Knowing I want you, knowing I love you, cannot compare with my despair, knowing I've lost you.
I've been a fool to allow dreams to become great expectations.
How can I love you so much, yet make no move? There will be days and nights when I want you more than I want you, more than I should. Oh, chasing our heart's desire, but we go on pretending. Stories like ours have happy endings. You could not give me more than you gave me. I don't know why I'm standing by watching this happen.
I won't look back anymore, and if I do, just for a moment.
I can't imagine a time when I won't care, but here we